This is my Namwa banana. This thing has gotten huge. The trunk on this thing is as big as a salad plate. A big salad plate. You can see these pups. There's two here. I think they're shading the trunk. Maybe they know about how hot it's getting here in Arizona. There's the third pup. Anyway, check this out. It's got another leaf. It's getting a leaf every few days. I'm really surprised. The leaves are kind of down, kind of frayed. We've had some high winds. I'm in the middle of watering right now. Looks beautiful. I love my banana. I hope I get some bananas off of it. Probably not until next year if I'm lucky. Hoping. Namwa banana. This is the west property line. We have a whole bunch of fruit trees. Some native things like creosote bushes and Palo Verde. It's getting ready to fruit with these nuts all over the place. Then we've got this African something or other. I'm not sure it's a good idea to have it here, but it's shade. You could see through the shade. There's my Namwa banana. We've got 3 figs back here, as well as a Kerry starfruit. The starfruit's doing really well. However, we're going to be going into the 110 degrees, so we're going to put some bamboo screen up on this chain link fence just in case if it's a little bit too intense. Some of these tropicals, they say, can't handle a lot of our harsh sun, although I haven't had any trouble with the sun and some of these more tender tropicals like this Kerry. It's loving it. It's a beast. John calls it the honey badger. Here's our mango. Bagged our mangoes. Banana, papayas. We have a Mexican papaya and some other variety. Don't remember the name of it. Have to look it up. Here are our moringa trees that are growing about 8 inches a day. Mexican cream guava. Black Turkish mulberry. Strawberry guava. Dusty. Look at those flies all over your face. Here's our Olympian fig. It had a little transplant shock when we got it about a month ago. It's already grown about a foot. And I bagged its fruit because something's eating some of my figs. We had to set the trap to catch a couple of squirrels, which we did, and we relocated them. The last squirrel that we're trying to catch, as far as we know, bit off 8 branches of my apple tree and left the apples laying on the ground. My peach tree is doing really well. Look at these cute little things. Lots of oranges. Still my crazy lemons. I don't know if they don't ripen before winter time. They're gonna be huge on the tree. That's our humane trap and my game camera. Been busy with those. At any rate, we'll get on to watering and get ready for our 110-degree temperature weather for the next week and a half. Oh, and then also our ruby red glow passion fruit is really going crazy. We need an arch. Probably next week it'll be crossing this gate. So I don't know what we're gonna do. Anyway, it gives fruit, I believe, in the October time frame. It's beautiful though, fast growing. This is June 3rd, 2nd garden tour. It's gonna be hot this week. John's doing the tour this morning. Hi, John, wave.
Okay. Yesterday, Regine bought me a brand new desert willow for Father's Day, early Father's Day. And we've been looking for a lighter color, and this is a nice one. We really like this one, so it's gonna grow like a banshee out there, so that will be good. So, and then those are our, got a new adenium yesterday. Don't know exactly what color it is, but this is the adenium we got at Summer Winds. Really excited about that one. This one's gonna bloom. Not sure exactly the color, but it's reddish, whatever. So, and this one here, we got yesterday, so really excited about those. And then, of course, our other adeniums are over here. One is blooming that we've had for a long, long time. Really nice, and they're doing well. Now where you want to go? This way? Okay, let's go this way. And we bought the new desert willow at a new nursery we found. I don't remember the name of it. Over on Dixwell. So, the passion fruit vine going crazy. Hopefully we'll get some passion fruit this year.
Need to get something.
That'd be
It's
nice.
about ready to go over the,
Yep.
probably next week. It'll be trying to go over this gate.
Yep.
I've had to tie the ends down because it's reaching for the Palo Verde that's above it.
Lots of new growth. Trying to go up into the tree. And over here, that white mulberry. Not much different, just keeps getting taller. We're gonna have to do some trimming when the time is right, whenever the time is right. I don't know yet when that is. But
May want to see if monsoon breaks anything off.
yeah, we want to wait and see what does survive, what doesn't. And it looks really good, don't want to mess with it. So, and over here we're working on a sunscreen for our starfruit, honey badger starfruit.
That starfruit is absolutely looking beautiful.
Yep.
We
Loves the heat so far, and I don't know what it's going to do now. It's got some shade.
We succumbed to pressure from our gardening group saying that all their starfruits look like crap. Ours looks gorgeous. I think they've got theirs in too much shade. At any rate, we decided for the late afternoon scorching sun that we better put this up because it was supposed to be 110 this week. I noticed that they reduced it down, so it's going to be 105 up in our area, which means they're going to be wrong. It'll still be a couple degrees hotter. So hopefully we don't lose anything from that screen we put up.
And one of our figs, don't know what kind.
Cadota.
Cadota, looks good, lots of figs, growing like crazy. That's great. We have our mimosa tree here. Hopefully this will be part of our canopy, give some shade to some other things, but I really enjoy, I like this tree. It's pretty, and it's growing well. Another fig, panache or something. Yep. Doing well. Lots of new growth. Black Mission, lots of new growth. Keeps growing. Looks good. So those seem to just grow no matter what. Mango's got a couple of mangoes left on it, and we'll see if they actually get ripe. And we'll just kind of wait and see. First year for that. And then banana tree doing well. 3 babies. 3 babies that just keep growing. No bananas yet.
Look how huge that trunk is on that mama.
I know. And then this leaf just opened up yesterday. So
beautiful leaf.
Another brand new leaf. Just keeps growing. Kind of our tropical climate. Papaya going crazy. The thick stalk on that, it just amazes me. Keep growing. No papayas, no flowers. I don't know what they look like yet. But then we bought this other one to kind of be a companion plant because we lost one of those. So
papayas are one of those things you need a female and a male. So when you get them in pots of 3s, the theory is at least one of those will be a female so that you can get fruit. So that's why there are so many.
That will be a nice part of our tropical climate back here.
Go stand behind the moringa.
Moringa trees are going crazy. Of course, we were told they wouldn't grow here.
I planted those from seed back in September. It was really rough getting the seeds going. I planted about 8 of them, and 3 of them grew. One of them just died because a rabbit bit it off. That's why we have to have that rabbit guard on it until they get a little bit bigger. But now these plants are growing like about 8 inches a day. They're supposed to grow fast. And this plant is entirely edible. John, stand up. I want to get a good picture so that I could see how big that they will be in a few days compared to, so middle of your chest then, or close up by your shoulders.
We saw some of these at Summer Winds yesterday for $24, so I'm going to dig them up and sell them. No, just kidding. But this one's going to flower. I don't know if you saw that, but it's got a flower.
For anybody that is thinking about getting moringas at a nursery, be careful. They have tap roots, and if you get them too old, they don't transplant very well.
Yep.
So
those are just growing. Hopefully another part of our microclimate and shelter area. The Mexican cream. Excited about the fruit coming in here. So that's nice. Some fruit coming on Mexican cream, guava. And I just really like this tree. I just like the shape of it, like the leaf structure. Just really nice tree, I think. So, and the stalk is actually starting to get thicker. Hopefully it can support itself someday. That'd be nice.
These tropical guavas have the weirdest bark.
Yeah.
It's all flaky.
I just really like that tree. And this is a black mulberry. This guy here had some problems in the wind, got kind of broken up, and then hopefully he survives and then keeps growing. I think that was from getting blown over in the wind. And now we got it more supported. Hopefully he can support himself and get some trimming done on him and more like a tree next year. Strawberry guava. We lost the fruit because it blew over in the wind, but it's flowering again, and it just keeps growing. It's more like a bush than a tree, but the base is so spindly. I'm just hoping that someday can support itself. That it doesn't just always need support, but we'll deal with that later. This is another one. This is another fig. One of Regine's 6 figs. This is Olympian, named after Olympia, Washington. Doing well, got figs coming on it. And it's growing, and it's the most newest fig, so it's starting to acclimate and grow, get used to its environment. So nice addition here, but hopefully
So let's go over to the citrus area. So we'll see you over there, guys.
Okay, so our key lime looking good, got leafed out, growing really well. Not a lot of limes here. I know there's a few, but it kind of got defoliated with, now all of a sudden got all these nice leaves on it again. So
Key limes don't hold up to the winter very well. It gets any chilly, any into the double digits, it starts struggling and it loses its leaves, but it comes back.
Limequat, got some limequats, tons of flowers, not very many leaves, so we're not sure how this is going to grow, but
Same thing with the limequat. It can't handle our cold temperatures during the winter. It needs to have warm temperatures all year long, but it's got tons of blossoms on it, as you can see, and it's getting a lot of baby limequats. It'll foliate as it gets hotter this summer.
We'll maybe protect it a little bit this time, but we'll see. Apple tree, who's been ravaged by squirrels, but still has plenty of apples, and we're going to work on our squirrel problem. And
we've been trapping and relocating squirrels.
Yep. So the healthy tree, though,
because they couldn't really get through these bags, they crawled up, bit off the branches, and found 8 apples in bags on the ground. And we just put a bunch of mulch from our shallots and garlic underneath it. Believe it or not, that's keeping them away, it seems. But I think we've got 2 more squirrels to catch and relocate.
It's the mandarin, starting to get more new growth. It had a lot of flowers and some starts of fruit, but lost those. So we're hoping that this will now set some fruit, and we'll have some mandarin oranges. And then, so they're not new growth coming, but looking healthy. But again, the tree trunk is starting to get a little bit
It's
more,
looking good.
yeah, starting to get thicker. Need that.
We had to stake it up because the canopy is so huge for that little tiny trunk. When the wind comes through here from the southwest, it blew it over. So we had to restake it.
And our peach tree looking good. Lots of nice foliage. A few peaches this year. We'll
This
see.
is our Babcock white peach. I keep forgetting its name. Thank goodness I've got a name tag on it. But look at, you guys remember it was completely bare of leaves.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Got some.
And it's got some peaches. John will put his hand real steady by one of the branches so my phone can focus on it. Look at that cute little cutie. And do you know that these peaches come in pairs?
Yeah.
So I guess it's a double flower peach. So it has double peaches wherever there's a flower.
There's some more. I'm sure there's more they're hiding, but so that's nice.
It's a late fruiting peach. We're gonna get some of the ones that Schnepp Farms has there that do really well here in Arizona. They're a big, meaty, beautiful peach that y'all are used to eating up in the Northwest.
Yep. Of course, our orange tree, lots of nice oranges coming. I'm glad Regine didn't pull it up out of the ground as she threatened to, but it's
Threats always work with citrus trees. If they don't give you what you want, you threaten to rip them out, and then they start producing.
Yep.
That's just a hack.
Yep. This is our second crop of lemons, looking good. We never have enough lemons. We always have something to do with lemons, so great to have lemons all year long. But beautiful, looking good.
Yeah, still don't know what's going to happen with these because of our weather, our weird weather this winter. our this is the second crop this year and they're turning yellow. Can't believe it. Lisbon lemons you can also use when they're green. You don't have to wait for them to turn yellow. That's another hack.
Kind of an experiment here. I bought some fun squashes last fall and planted the seeds. There's some coming up. We lost a couple, but we'll see what comes, what doesn't. But love those squashes. Shelf life is great on squash.
This is our what did they call that grapefruit? Pink grapefruit?
Ruby pink grapefruit or something.
This grapefruit was supposedly a dwarf grapefruit. When John bought it for me when we first moved here 20 years ago, holy crap. At any rate, we have to trim it. We need to knock it down half as tall and half as wide. It's ridiculous, and probably have to hire somebody that comes highly recommended that knows how to not kill a grapefruit tree, because we don't want to lose it. It's the world's best pink grapefruit. It is so sweet. So, but we just can't have it. I mean, look at, can't even, John can walk through that walkway right there. It's taking over, we've been whacking it back, but it's taking over half our walkway. And we can't reach the pink grapefruit anymore. We have to take the picker and knock them out like we're playing pool to get them out of the tree. And we have to get them out of the tree even if we don't eat them, because of roof rats that we don't want to encourage. That I don't think we have them here yet, but they do in North Scottsdale and Arcadia area. And the squirrels, the horrible squirrels, eat them, and they just destroy everything in our yard. Oh, John's standing by our cute little bay leaf plant.
Yeah.
I wanted a bay leaf, and we finally got one. I wanted one that was more like what we get in the grocery store. And anyway, I have a bunch still in my spice cupboard, so there's no reason to dry any of these yet. But with regard to bay leaves, when you pick them, you harvest the leaves, then you need to let them dry for 3 or 4 or something like that weeks before you use them in food. Their shelf life is years, obviously. All right, we're gonna move to the front yard, so we'll see you there. We're in the side yard on the west.
Yeah, here's our turkey pig, looking good. Had a small start, but boy, it's going. Great guns, lots of new growth, lots of turkey pigs in there.
It was half the size when we got it last September or December or whenever it was.
Lots of growth, getting established. This was a hole that was tough to dig. There's caliche under there, but I don't think the turkey pig cares, so looking good. Red Malaysian guava, looks good. Lots of fruit setting.
Check out these guavas. This is gonna be beautiful.
We had fruit. We had
Put
flowers.
your hand next to them so they can see the size.
We had flowers last year, but they never set fruit. But now, these are probably a long time of the year, but these are now setting fruit really well. And this is an area we get a lot of wind, so the shape of this tree is one-sided because of all of our wind. I'm hoping that it fills out, obviously. It's kind of gets wind blown here, but it looks good. Love this color for the leaves. See the fruit's setting nice.
Oh, look at it, it's still blooming. Goodness gracious.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that pink. It's just starting to open. They have beautiful pink fuzzy blossoms. Sorry, I can't focus on the blossom. Needs something like a hand behind it. There we go. Looks like we got it.
Yep. And then of course, I really like this Acacia. We had to move this because of our new fence in the front. Didn't know if it would live, and it's doing great. But it was a pretty big Acacia to relocate. So it took quite
That
a
was
bit
a
of
rough
effort.
one.
That was a tough one.
Wow, look at that Genoa.
Yeah, this Genoa.
I haven't been over here to look at him in a few days. You've been over here looking at him. Look at all the
He
extra
just
growth.
grows. He just doesn't care. He's growing. Hopefully he's going to fill out his side. It was kind of one-sided, but he's got lots of new growth. Figs all over the place. Looks good.
This fig we've got at Home Depot, and it had been a parking lot fig for a very long time. It had no growth on it when we got it. It was the last one to wake up. Of course, ours never went to sleep because it was so warm this winter. Although it was too cold for the limes, the limey plants, but it wasn't cold enough for the figs to lose all their leaves. But anyway, this thing was just a stick. And we thought, man, is this thing ever gonna wake up? It did, and oh my gosh, look at the size of these leaves. John, put your hand out so they could see the size of those leaves. We're looking for one that has giant leaves. There is one, but I don't know if it'll grow very well here without one of the fig wasps. We don't have fig wasps here like they do in other parts of the country. Some of figs, in order to have fruit, need that fig wasp. Go check it out. It's a real gross process, but I guess people that like figs, if they have the fig variety that needs the wasp, they need them there. Anyway, we don't have the wasps here, and the figs that we have in Arizona don't need it, so we don't have to worry about eating bug larvae.
Yep, this is our Cape Myrtle tree, planted before we even got into the edibles, but like it because it's going to be a nice shade tree, blocking wind, and it has nice flowers and brings in bees and pollinators and butterflies, and that's good. So looking pretty good. Had to stake it up. Of course, this is our wind area. We're up on a knoll here. So another Lisbon lemon, looking really well. Watered all of our plants yesterday. He's looking good. He's a new addition, so new into the ground, probably since January maybe, or so. That looks good. Kumquat tree, another new addition. I think he went through a little bit of adjustment getting in the ground, but
he's having a shock. We might need to give him some B1 today.
Yeah, he had a little shock getting into the ground, but he's also kind of a small start, so we're going to give him some TLC during the heat here. And
see how small he is? He's just to John's waist.
Yeah, but he's a cute little tree. Hopefully he's got lots of flowers. Hopefully he'll set some fruit.
The goal in Arizona is not to get such a small tree. This one we got because that's all that they had.
Yep.
And the Nagami. So if this one doesn't make it, then we'll try another one only a lot larger.
Yeah.
With our weather, our sun, we have to get things that are a lot more.
There's a native bee.
Where's the native bee?
Right there. It's on the
We bought a
bee house.
bee house for our leafcutter bees. You could see, we watched them during the day, you could see the different cutting marks that they make, and then they take it back to their home and lay their larvae and their pollinators. We like them, so we're gonna give them a home. We don't care that they eat these.
Yeah. They're fun to watch.
Oh, here's a citronella plant that I swear to God doesn't work. Oh, the guy at Home Depot said you have to activate the plant to get it to work.
Yeah, okay, maybe it's
Well,
worth a little bit.
But the problem is that the mosquitoes live in the pots. So what do you? Anyway, whatever y'all think.
Java de Cava. No, what is this? Look, a lot
Java
of
de
lace
Cava
wings.
with a lot of lace wings on it. Yeah, I know it's looking pretty shabby. Guess what? I wasn't watering it enough, so started watering it. So now it's starting to get some new growth. So we need to water pot plants during this time of year, every day or every other day.
This is one of my favorites, loquat, Christmas loquat tree. Looking forward to hopefully getting some fruit. This thing, it's not supposed to like the sun. We got a little shade here. I don't think it needs it, but we're doing it anyway. It just keeps going. It's this beautiful tree, and it probably has doubled in size since we bought it. Stuck into the ground last September, and really excited. Hopefully this becomes a beautiful plant and has lots of loquats on it. So that's nice. And then we got goji berries. experiment. This is our goji berry experiment. We'll see how they do here.
Lots of goji berries on it.
Yeah.
Yes, had to put rabbit wire here because they ate my original goji berry that I showed you a picture of.
Yep. And then this one here, just going crazy. We're
This-
trying to train it up the trellis because people have told us it needs support. So
Yeah,
we'll
and
do
you can
that.
see how this one's already weeping down. People say that that's what it does. That's why we learned from what they told us. Put the support behind it. You can see how loaded it is. Goji berries right now.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's just crazy.
Yeah. So let's train that puppy to go up that stalk.
This is the dark area that I keep telling you guys that concerns me when I go in, because got to really keep an eye out for rattlesnakes. There are other snakes that are poisonous here, but we don't really see them that often. But when you see the gopher snake, it's just a little bit concerning because it's a start, because they're moving fast, so you don't know what you're dealing with until after they're racing in front of you. Another one of those citronella plants right there. They look really awful, but the hummingbirds and native bees really love the blossoms.
Yeah.
There's one of my Solari bells that John got me for Mother's Day. I love that thing.
This is our area here where we're going to plant something. We just don't know what yet. Something, some maybe fig, I don't know. We're going to get something that looks really
Want
nice
something
and leafy.
big that has some big leaves that will shade the house during the summer and be bare during the winter.
So something, but we're saving that spot. That was our palm trees we took out there, so we'll find the right thing eventually. Oh, and excited about our daylilies. We planted daylilies years ago, and they've just kept growing and getting bigger, and that's another one. They've got 2 or 3 or 4 different colors, so.
By the way, you hear John and I sniffing. It's because we're still nursing colds from getting out and about.
Barbados cherry, flowering, looking nice and green. Might have to, give it some shaping.
I see some leaves on the ground. Obviously, a rabbit's been chewing on them.
So they're actually trimming the bottom for us, but we'll shape these guys up. We'll figure out what the right time of year is, but don't want to stress them out in the heat because the heat's coming. These are our angel. What is it?
Angel red pomegranates.
Pomegranates.
They're edible seeds. They're not
Ain't
hard
crazy.
seeds. We've got 2 pomegranates. One here that I bagged because it's so low, and then the other one's right here. I need to bag it because I don't want squirrels or anybody eating it. But these things, my God.
We definitely need to shape them, or we just have to.
We
do our
did.
research.
And the
Yeah.
heat, they went crazy.
We're gonna shape them up. Maybe.
According to Monrovia, you can
make
have
it
them
up.
be a tree with 1 trunk. I don't get how that's going to happen. I feel like they gave me false information.
Well, I think it will be a beautiful bush. It's just we need to shape it a little. Of course, here's our lemon guava. He's got a few yellow leaves on, but lots of guavas. We really watered them good yesterday. Loaded with fruit, heavy with fruit. It's just.
I don't know if he's just cycling through leaves or what's going on here. I hope it's not that I've been overwatering him. I just didn't want to lose this fruit because of what happened with the strawberry guava when it got blown over.
Yep. So these are our little blueberry plants. They need to.
We've only eaten a couple of blueberries off of them.
We'll shape them up and see if they'll grow here. If not, we'll put them in pots. So we'll kind of adapt and change.
Yeah, so like here's what that probably could be eaten right here.
Yeah. That one?
Yep.
Okay.
So eat it and see what you think.
Boy.
Yeah, they're small but mighty.
Yep.
Maybe they're the ones like you get at Costco that are the little ones.
Well, we will see if they adapt to this spot. If not, move them.
I'm worried about these yellow leaves. Take them off because don't want the tree to try to keep these yellow leaves alive when it should be working on the other leaves, and plus it'll help me keep an eye on what's going on.
It's heavy with fruit, but
yeah,
that's just more mulch.
These guavas will get, oh man, 3 times as big maybe. If it is 4 times.
Like a golf ball almost.
Yeah. I think that's it, besides the vitex tree that's way down there. It bloomed, beautiful purple blooms. It blooms throughout the summer. They weren't as spectacular as some of the other vitex trees that I've seen bloom. I think it's probably because it's only been in the ground for a year now. We got it last May for John's birthday. It has, once the flowers have been spent, it has these little peppercorns. See, they're green now. There's some way up in the top of the tree that are dried from last year. I tried to shake them all off, but didn't work too well. Anyway, you can use these as peppercorns in your pepper grinder once they've been dried, but men cannot eat them because it causes them to have a libido problem. And it's a known issue. So if you grow them, ladies, make sure your men don't eat them. Well, at any rate, okay, well, I think that's it for our update for this weekend. I wanted John to have his time in front of the camera. Not that you ever see me in front of the camera, but wanted to have a go at giving you guys an update. Our new willow that we just got, that you saw John talking about in the backyard, is gonna go down here. See, here's our old one that we've had for years. It's got purple blossoms. We wanted a native one, or one that was different color. So anyway, we got one that's got pink on top and the lip is purple. We're going to put it right down here to help block the street. So there used to be a prickly pear cactus right here that got infected by fungus, and then of course rats, well, I don't want to say rats, Arizona prairie dogs dug underneath, ate up the roots and stuff like that, so it's challenged. So we took it out. It was bad. Okay, well, I guess that's it for both of us from Cave Creek. John, you want to wave goodbye?
Bye.
Bye, guys.